We've got field pass and some special guests.
And it all starts right now. Let's go. How you doing, everyone? Welcome to Command Center. Michael Jenkins, Santana Moss, Fred Smoot, Logan Paulson. The whole crew is here. And can you believe it? After training camp, preseason game number 1 tomorrow night. How you feeling?
I can believe it. I'm happy. I'm ecstatic. As a player, I hated practices, so I love when we had the game and prep the game.
First of all, preseason is here. The football season is here. My energy, my adrenaline is running.
Yeah, so excited to see this offense. I know everyone's been talking about the defense, how good they're going to be, but really looking forward to see Sam Howell getting those first plays under center.
Who are some of the players we should be talking about or looking forward to seeing tomorrow night? How about some of the guys who've been showing out during camp, starting with Curtis Samuel, could have a big year in this offense?
Yeah, man, it's been so nice to see him over the last 4 or 5 days making tough physical catches, and you always forget how strong he is. He's an excellent football player. Excited to see his role in the offense, Fred.
Most definitely.
Defensively, I know you love your D-backs. Benjamin St. Juice, Smoot.
The Pope, that's what I call it. The Pope St. Juice going out there. He's been known to break passes up. Now he's trying to get that ball in his hand. He understands it. Don't forget, it's a contract year for the Pope.
And Tana, Jahan Dotson was great last year. We expect big things this year.
So smooth. He's already having a breakout, camp. He's one of those guys that people right now are debating. Is he one of the best receivers in this division? He's going to show everybody this year.
Maybe one guy we should be talking about more, Derek Forrest, Smoot.
Defoe. He was making plays last year.
Yep.
He picked up where he left off it, and the game is slowing down for Defoe right now. I love that about him.
We're going to be looking for those guys and a whole lot more tomorrow night in the Commanders' first game of the preseason. It all gets underway in Cleveland at 7:30. You can check it out on NBC4. Just imagine how Game 2 is going to be with the entire DMV involved with the Ravens and the Commanders at FedEx Field on ESPN on August the 21st. Then the final game of the preseason back on NBC4. That is a 6 o'clock game on August 26th. And the preseason has Fred fired up.
Time for Fred's Fired Up, presented by FanDuel. Make every moment more with FanDuel, the official sportsbook partner of the Washington Commanders.
Let's get fired up! It ain't just me fired up, it's the fans fired up. And I'm going to tell you what I'm fired up about today. I'm fired up about new quarterback, old quarterback, new quarterback. Yep. And the funny thing about it is, single season touchdown leader. Who y'all got?
Kirk Cousins.
It got to be showtime. Wrong. Sonny Jersey. That's 1967. Can you believe that? That's what got me fired up. And the last quarterback we got from the state of North Carolina, Sonny Jersey, and now we got one Sam Howell.
That's right.
So maybe he can break that thing, because I couldn't believe it. And I'm fired up about that. 1967? That's 31 touchdowns. I am blown, and I'm always fired up. Bring it on, girl. Get it up. Let's go.
You're fired up about the quarterback, so we got to talk quarterback. That's what everybody wants to see tomorrow night. It's one thing if you're a veteran. If you're a second-year player with working behind an offensive line you haven't really worked with before, how crucial is the preseason?
I think it's crucial for a simple reason of just trying to get these guys familiar with how we're going to approach the game.
Yeah.
I think other than that, you don't want to put the veterans out there too long, but preseason game 1 will be one of those games we show a little bit of what we're going to do as far as formation-wise, getting set, showing who's going to be in and out. You get those guys off the field. Now the guys are trying to make the team. You out there and trying to make this squad.
I think it's more just a mental thing, but I also think it's important for the fans to see Sam Howell, right? Yeah, get fired up about that. So I'm really excited to see him, what he can do, and then how this offense just looks under EB. Not everything's going to be in, but just looking forward to seeing that.
Jinx, I'm different than both of these guys.
Okay. Get out of here.
At the end of the day, you got to realize our quarterback only played one game, only started one game. I got to feel like I got to get 50, 60 plays out of him in the preseason. He only going to play in 2 games. All right, so at the end of the day, and guess what? I can't put him out there behind the second O-line. The first O-line has to sit out there long as he's out there. Reps. Yes, we want to see Sam Howell, and we got to see him in the preseason now to see what we have.
50, 60 plays,
So
though?
we probably want to see 2 series, at least 2 series of Sam in that first game. 2 series, I can think I can deal with 2 series of Sam, but I don't want to see much more.
But if they come out and they're dealing, 1 series, get them out. If they're dealing, get them out of there. I don't need to see a lot. They got the practice against Baltimore next week. Let's use that as a tool.
I might agree with you.
Wait, we changed your mind? So we always focus on the quarterback, but of course, you're only as good oftentimes as your O-line. So would you leave the O-line out there? That Browns defensive line is stout, and they need a test.
Yes, I will leave him out there.
Yeah,
I will
absolutely.
leave him out there because that unit only gets better play after play as they gel together. They need to be in situations, good situations, bad situations, so they learn how to play off each other. So I think it's paramount that they play a lot of snaps in the preseason.
Yeah, you got to think the preseason is for us to get familiar with each other. It's for those guys that who we talking about every day out here that's getting dominated by our top guys on the defensive side. It's for these guys to learn how to play in a game setting. So I would want to see them guys, how they communicate, how they playing together in a game setting. But like I said before, you want to get those guys in and out the game.
And people forget that the preseason ramps up a little bit. It's a little bit faster, a little bit more physical, a little bit more aggressive. So how do those combinations play when we got to go a little faster? We got to be a little more physical. So it's super important. It's just a good thing to check off the box and see that group galvanize and protect that young quarterback.
If you're a coach, what are you looking for, particularly from the young guys, not the high draft picks who are trying to make this squad?
I mean, I want to see who's going to make my job hard. You know, I've always been one of those guys as a player that you sit back and you say, oh, that he got what it takes to make the team. So as a coach, I want to see who's going to make my job hard, because you pretty much got, you know, you have in the back of your head who my guys are. And then you have that group of guys you say, we either going to have to practice squad these guys or we got to hide them some kind of way so no one else can take them from us. So I want to see which one of those young guys is going to make my job that difficult.
Yeah, for me, it's like getting the guys under the lights, and then who's going to make that play? We talked about this earlier. You probably got 44 guys that you know are going to be on the team. Who's going to make up that last 9, right? Or that's not last 8. Like, who are those guys going to be? And it's about making plays in the preseason. Is it going to be a returner returning a big kick? Receiver making a big play? A guy making a sack on 3rd down? Those are the things that separate that roster. And for young guys, I got to see that.
We see it every year in the preseason. Somebody goes out there, a no-name, and makes a name for themselves. And that's what you want to see. You want to see when them lights turn on, the playmakers come out to play. So I think they're going to give everybody a chance in these first 3 games, these only preseason games, to say that I belong on this team. And I think that's what the preseason is about. We've seen this year in and year out. Guys go out there and make a name for themselves.
It's going to be make or break for some of these players, and we will see it tomorrow night. We got all this talk about the preseason. Now it's time for the actual game, and we've got you covered starting at 6:30, just before the action on Command Center Game Day Live. Live footage of all the pregame action, analysis from your favorite former players. Then immediately afterwards, stick with us for Command Center Post-Game Live. We've got analysis from former players as well, post-game press conference coverage, and you can tune in on Commander's YouTube, Facebook, and on X. Tana, what do you got for us?
It's time for Tana Takes, brought to you by the Washington Times. Welcome back to another episode of Tana Takes. It's the training camp edition again. We have our lovely fans. What's up, everybody? I got my partners in crime. Fred is back. He had a little hiatus. You know, he's back now. What, 7-day hiatus?
Yeah, that's all.
It's always good to have you back. We got Logan. Logan, you know, he's the guy with the brain. Me and Fred, we just here. He know all the X's and O's. But now, fellas, you know how I do this thing, man. I'm going to throw out some of these topics, tell you my take, and y'all tell me what you feel about it.
Gotcha.
All right, got my first one. Qualities of a great return specialist.
Right.
I feel like this is something that we done talked about, you know.
We have this debate
all the time, you know, and it's mainly because what we have on ours. And when I talk about return specialists, I'm not only talking about kick return or punt return, I'm talking about both. So I'm gonna elaborate on both of these guys. So qualities of a great return specialist, what I believe, I'm talking about as a whole right now, you have to be, regardless of catching the ball and all that stuff we talk about, you have to be a game changer. I think a game changer is what makes you a great return specialist. Not good, not mediocre, not okay, a great return specialist. And when I say game changer, I mean a guy that can score anywhere on the field at any given time of the game, or set the offense up with short field. Give them a chance to finish off what you started. Those are my qualities. I don't need more. Now, if I had to split them up and say punt returner, I think a punt returner, when you're out there, you should be able to catch the ball. But as a punt returner, you want to be a guy that you know, if I do anything else, I have to make the first man miss and get my offense at least 10 yards. That's what I was always told. Mike Westhoff told me that. My coach in college taught me that. And when I got to the pros, I did the same thing. And then you also have to understand that as a punt returner, you have more leverage. You know, as a punt returner, you're going to get your knocked in the dirt if you don't look up and look and see who's in front of you. So you have to know what's going on around you. Now, as a kickoff specialist, as a kickoff return specialist, you just got to know those guys in front of you. Make sure they're your friend. Because if they ain't your friend, they ain't blocking for you. I don't care how fast she is. I don't care what you can do. Somebody gonna do what they're trying to do till you make the team or make a highlight on you. So what you guys think?
I think the only thing you probably left out is just total awareness of the field. Like, I think the returner has to be aware of who coming, how fast they coming, so they can make their decisions.
Yeah, I mean, like that's like a dissertation on returning. And I think that's a very select group of guys, though. It's a great returner, right? Making guys miss, game changer. Totally agree.
Yeah, you know, when you're speaking of great returners, you can't just look at the league as a whole and say it's a bunch of them out there. It's but a few. You know what I mean? So that's a great take on that. All right, guys, my second one. How do quarterbacks and wide receivers develop chemistry in the offseason? Now,
Steakhouse.
It's only right that I give you my insight on this, right? What I think one of the things that gave me chemistry with my quarterbacks in the offseason. Now, so I'm gonna tell you, I'm a dinosaur in the game. We didn't do the things you see now on the YouTubes and social media outlets when we out there just running all these routes and doing all these, different patterns with our quarterbacks in the offseason. But I will tell you this, the time that I got my chemistry was when I was in the building doing the OTAs, the mini camps, and what we would do with that time, because we knew when we breaking. I ain't trying to see you until training camp. I'm not trying to see you until the season starts. But what we will do is get some extra work in after those days, you know what I mean? So if we out there in OTAs and we went through a period, whatever I didn't do right in that period or I didn't get a chance to do at all, we would get those reps again. So I believe when I was playing, that's how we got chemistry. We did extra work after practice, after OTAs, after mini camps, and it kind of transcended all the way into training camp and into the season. Nowadays, they do a lot different. Those guys go stay at your house. They're going to go on vacation together. They do a lot of stuff in all seasons. It's a lot different. And I tip my hats off to them. What you guys think?
Well, to me, it sounds like you're just spending time, right? Spending time on task. And like back when you guys played, because you guys are old, right? Let's just be real.
The way to do it to us.
You guys had OTAs were like months. So you guys got your time together in the building because you guys had to be here. Now it's such a truncated offseason schedule, right? They got to go stay at each other's houses. They got to go on vacation. They got to go to Miami and catch balls just to get that time in together, I think. So.
And then and I don't want to cut you off. The offense is a lot different now. You got Air Coryell out there. You have spread out offense, 4 or 5 receivers. So you have to get your whole crew to come. It's not just Jerry and Joe going out there to catch some passes. I need everybody now,
I think it's trial and error. I think that's what wide receivers and quarterbacks do at a high level. They need to fail to succeed, and you have to do that with reps.
Well, as always, man, you guys know how to bring it if I didn't bring it, but I think we all brought it right.
You brought it.
That's a wrap from me and Tana Takes.
Love hearing that insider information you can only get from Santana because he played the game as well as anyone. Well, you would be hard-pressed to find a better leader on the defensive side than Big Jon Allen. Just imagine what this defense can do, especially in the line of scrimmage. Jon Allen, Montez Sweat, Daron Payne, and Chase Young. Allen is the leader, and he caught up with Santana and London Fletcher about that Commanders D. It is time for your Field Pass, brought to you by FedEx, where now meets next.
Yeah, this is you guys' 4th year under Coach Del Rio and his defense. You guys were top 5 defense a year ago. You got a healthier Chase Young coming back. Sweat, both those guys in their contract year, went out and drafted Emmanuel Forbes in the 1st round, got Quan Martin in the 2nd round. How good can this defense be?
The defense could be number 1 in the league, but at the end of the day, none of that matters until we go out there and do it during the game. So every day we're just trying to chase perfection. We know we'll never get there, but that's the goal every single day. And we're just trying to stack days right now. We understand there's going to be some days where some guys are dragging and some guys are not. We're all trying to feed off each other and just make sure we collectively as a unit, we can't have a setback. Because what we're trying to build, we can't afford to. We can't waste a day. So
I know it's kind of early right now. Do you get a chance to look, watch you guys all together, having Chase back, having Mathis back, just knowing how many pieces you have added to that D line? You guys was pretty good last year with the guys, Tuhill and all those guys playing. Do you imagine, man, what could this be? I know it's early and you probably see yourselves on film, but do you sit back and think, man, what could we be come week 1 with all these guys healthy?
I think we can be very special, but again, we got to go out there and prove it. So the hardest thing is not getting too far ahead of yourselves. You know what I mean? You got to take it day by day, and there's a lot of football to be played before week 1 at FedEx Field. So as a unit, we're trying to take advantage of every day, like I said, and really capitalize on every situation we're out there playing together.
You have a unique perspective. This is your 7th year with the team. Been a lot of things that have happened in those 7 years, but not only that, you're from Ashburn. You grew up in this area. When you see kind of the excitement around the change in ownership, and you see all the fans out here, over 10,000 fans at Saturday's practice. What does that mean to you to see the type of support that the team is receiving?
It means a lot because before I even was ever on the team, I used to come out here and watch y'all play at training camp.
Yes.
I remember when RG3 had his rookie season and how crazy that was.
Yeah.
I remember all the big moments that this team's had, and I remember being a fan and imagining, like, man, I couldn't imagine what that would be like. So I think we have the best fan base in the country, and I truly believe that. And we've been dormant, for the last however many years, but I think this year is going to be really huge. I think the fans are going to surprise a lot of people around the league who don't know. And as a player, it's our job to go out there and make sure we're putting on a good product that they can support.
Welcome home, Commanders fans. I think we're looking at a sellout for Game 1. The 2023 season kicks off at FedEx Field. Help get the stadium rocking for the team's opener against the Cardinals on Sunday, September 10th at 1. You can get your tickets right now. Head on over to commanders.com/tickets. Let's go. Before we get to the regular season, we got to get to the preseason. Are you guys ready? Are you guys ready? So we're going to make our preseason predictions on which player will stand out the most. We got Tana, we got Smoot, we got Major Tutty, we have Moon Pie, and Logan. So if there's a tie, it might go to Teddy or Moon Pie, just so you guys are aware.
I got you.
All right, Santana, standout player of the preseason.
My standout player would be De'Ami Brown. I think he has no choice but to
De'Ami
be
Brown?
one of those guys.
De'Ami Brown. How can I one up that? Well, I'm gonna hit you with a cold Turner. How about that?
Cold Turner. So for me, it's Andre Jones, because in the preseason, he's going to play probably the most of those edge rushers, and he's flashlight in practice. Andre Jones! Andre Jones! Andre Jones!
All right, this one decided. Tana's pick.
Nope. They don't like De'Ami Brown.
No, De'Ami Brown.
Cold Turner.
Andre Jones! Let's go!
Major Teddy, you got to break the tie.
Teddy, come on,
Who's it
man.
going to be?
Sam Howell.
Sam Howell.
I speak pig.
Of course. Major Tutty goes off the board. That's going to do it for Command Center. Join us tomorrow night for our pre- and post-game coverage. Commanders and the Browns. We'll see you next time.
Oh, man.
No, they did it Alba, right? Get out, Freddy. You're on the camera too. I don't know why they are moving around. That is not, It's bad.